Die here.
Surprise! I need to focus. Didn't quite dodge it. Overruled. Over here. Go on. Step on up. Transfixed. This shall not be my fate.
You win, and some you lose.
Look! Child's back to normal again!
Well then, time to cool off. It seems the burden of the foul legacy transformation was too great for my body. I lacked the opportunity to think this through. And now that I consider the matter more carefully, you never had any chance of beating me to the Gnosis. You had no connection to the Gnosis, no matter where it had been taken.
That's what we've been trying to tell you!
Your show of ability today, you already know the answer, but if that is a secret you wish to keep, I guess I'll just have to curb my curiosity. This battle has already left. Anyone who strives as I do to grow stronger shall be called a friend. Even if our friendship...
Pretty sure that's not the normal way to make friends.
Unfortunately, I must bring this amiable conversation to an end. My quest still beckons. Given that the Gnosis wasn't taken by anyone, then we must look once again to the beginning. Perhaps it was never in the Exuvia to begin with. In fact, it might be that the Exuvia was just a diversion of sorts.
What? So you mean that...
Yes, it appears so. Interesting to say the least. It seems that the guardian deity of the capital of commerce is also well versed in little maneuvers beyond the boundaries of contracts. As such, we must now look to our backup plan.
Backup plan?
I had hoped it would never come to this, for the weak will be swept away in the process. The truth is, the world belongs to those. Unfortunately, we cannot be picky about our methods as Fatui Harbingers. Children must all learn to eat their vegetables sometime.
So what are you planning to do?
I will awaken the god that lies dormant beneath Guyon's stone forest.
A god?
Osial, overlord of the Vortex, who was defeated by Morax, the Geo-Archon in the Archon War, and who has remained pinned beneath the waves by the Geo-Archon's stone spears ever since. If such an ancient god were to be unleashed upon Liyue Harbor, defenseless without the protection of its deity, do you think the cunning Rex Lapis would just stand aloof and watch the ensuing destruction?
But the Archon War ended 2,000 years ago. How can an ancient god appear in a world now overseen by the Seven?
Simple. I've already prepared the means to awaken it.
Hey, those are sigils of permission! Oh, Paimon remembers now. The Fatui have been researching them.
Indeed. The one that was given to you was just a byproduct of our research. With the power of so many sigils of permission concentrated in one place, along with that which was bestowed upon me as a harbinger by our Tsaritsa, breaking the subduing might of the Geo-Archon spears for a time should be no obstacle. Using the powers of ancient gods in such a situation fails to interest me, and is largely against my principles. But knowing that such an action will not only force the Geo-Archon to show its hand, but you as well, that... Let's see. Will the nation that has lost its deity be swallowed up by an ancient malice once more? If you wish to drown together with the people of Liyue, you're free to stay and enjoy the show.
Huh? He's already gone. That guy is fast. What's going on? Paimon's exhausted. If we hadn't happened to see the Jade Chamber flying over just as we came out of the Golden House, we really wouldn't have known which way to go. Did we make it in time? Is the Overlord of the Vortex still in the sea? It hasn't destroyed...
What are you doing here?
Huh? Hold on. It's the Adepti. What are you doing on the Jade Chamber? Paimon thought you were arguing with the Chising.
Faced with a calamity of such magnitude, we have agreed to put our differences aside for now and unite against this common enemy.
Oh, Paimon gets it. So how do you plan to defend Liyue? Just seeing this Overlord of the Vortex guy puts a pit in Paimon's tummy, even from all the way out here.
It's not just you. We've got new Millilith recruits who can't even stand at attention without shaking. Which is why we must stop that monster before it gets any closer to Liyue Harbor.
So the Archon War was fought 2,000 years ago against enemies like that thing? So will the power of the Chising, Millilith, and Adepti gathered here be enough to stop that god?
We've already discussed this together, and our conclusion is... not necessarily.
What? But all of you are supposed to be the Guardians of Liyue!
One certainly could.
Huh?
The Chising did once research the matter of the Guizhong Ballista when it piqued their fancy. And as fate would have it, one who did craft the Guizhong Ballista with one's own hands. For what could you mortals ever learn of Adepti mechanisms?
I suppose this is one blessing from the Adepti that we should be thankful for. So be it. We shall use the upgraded Guizhong Ballista to fight off that god. We haven't a moment to spare. Our battle begins now.
Yep.
The Fatui! They're attacking the Guizhong Ballista!
The three Adepti are manning the Guizhong Ballista. Do not let the Fatui disturb their work!
All able Millilith, with me!
Let's go help too!
We Adepti have not faced a god in several millennia. Let one see what you're made of then. What strength remains within you. One wishes to witness.
Too far. Let's move.
That is Osial's divine power. I am very familiar with it. Be careful not to get hit.
Transfix the Fatui! Their attacks are unrelenting!
How dare. Snezhnai's diplomats will answer for this afterward. Every last one.
Decided by destiny. Cue the spotlight! Over here!
The Genshin God's attacking again! There are so many between you! We can't lose!
Were you about to say children?
Huh?
Don't move. Here, take this.
This is... the energy! That light from your body, it's like the time in Julian Karst! Whoa, it's Madame Pig's shockwave! This granny's really strong!
With the blood of the Chelian, I guard you against evil! Cast your fear of injury by the wayside, and fight with all your might! I too did this during the Archon War!
So this is what Ganya's like in a fight!
My name means swiftness. Take my power and run as I do.
We're going too fast!
Fate is upon you!
Child, you are strong in body and spirit. Perhaps you can withstand 3 forms of adeptal energy at once.
This will hurt a little. Please bear with us.
Once you've adapted, try to use them in battle.
Look at me.
I guess this is...
Be amazed!
This isn't good. Back into it.
Overruled. Exercise caution. I fear that the god's power has reached its peak. In other words, if we hold here, there's nothing worse to come, right?
I guess this is it.
Amuse
Witness my rise.
The Batui's numbers are thinning!
Fight on, comrades! Once we finish this lot off, the Adepti will be able to deal with the god in peace.
The interlopers are no more. Now we may commit ourselves fully.
It's working! We just need to keep this up!
Be careful now.
The Guizhong Ballista is destroyed. Without its covering fire, retaliation shall be difficult.
But the Jade Chamber is our last line of defense. We can't give another inch, no matter what.
I have another idea.
What do you mean, Lady Ningguang?
I'll sacrifice the Jade Chamber.
What is the meaning of this?
I understand.
Traveler, lend me a hand. Farewell, old friend. Goodbye for now. Let us meet again in the future.
Is it finally over?
The ominous aura of that monster has indeed begun to fade. The effects of the Sigil of It will be some time before the Overlord of the Vortex can make any waves again.
We are indebted to you for your assistance. If the Adepti hadn't happened to be here...
Save your flattery. We didn't just—
Come now. There's no need for such harsh words, Cloud Retainer. I've heard that when Ningguang began learning to do business, she had already started. At first, it was only the size of a small room, but with continued it is a testament to Ningguang's entire life, both as a businesswoman and seeing the Jade Chamber destroyed in the defense of Liyue means much to her. To me, such cooperation and sacrifice—
Well, I was really hoping you would say that such sacrifice could at least be used as some leverage in our negotiations. Thank you all for hearing me out. We know very well why the Adepti came here today.
Oh?
3,700 years. According to our records, the Adepti signed a contract with Rex Lapis to protect Liyue. Even to this very day, Liyue and its lands have stood the test of time, immovable as stone, just as it was thousands of years before. But that does not mean that the Liyue of today is the same city as it was all those years ago. Do not merely cast your protective gaze upon the land.
Are you questioning our means of protecting Liyue?
I mean no offense. I simply hope that our Adepti forebears would see Liyue in a new light.
Forebears, you say?
This morning, Rex Lapis appeared to me in a dream.
What?
In the dream, I yearned to tell him that we Qixing, though mortal, are equally bound to the contract. I also thought to tell him how the past generations of Qixing had strove under his rule to survive in our mortal world. But I dared not speak.
Oh, Ningguang.
Yet another perspective.
Right. That's something that happened in Mondstadt. It's a story about the Four Winds and the people of the Animal Archon. The Animal Archon sought to quell the strife between the two sides, because he believed that such conflict would only scar the hearts of both.
Each of the 7 nations has its own scars from the past.
Though your point is the very height of simplicity. As Adepti, we've become a laughingstock, to be chastised thus by an outlander who has lent us such succor.
All right, all right. Didn't Ningguang suggest that we should focus on the city and each of its citizens? I know I already have, so why—
I apologize for appearing in full armor. I am afraid I cannot show the proper courtesies.
And who are you?
I am Feng Yan, a sergeant of the Millilith. I thought this battle would perhaps be my last. But thanks to the aid of the Adepti, our forces were not as badly battered as I feared we might be. Although I am a mere mortal soldier, I promise to hold the line and never betray the grace given to us by the illuminated Adepti this day.
Huh? Why does everyone look so down? Did...
Weren't you frightened, dear? It was quite the predicament.
I wasn't afraid. All the strong Millilith guards were there, and those powerful heroes with their visions were there. When danger is near, everyone always protects me. And the rest of the time, they make fun toys and tasty snacks and loads of things that make the harbor so pretty. Thanks for protecting Liyue Harbor. Please come visit us for the next lantern rite.
Unfortunately, we wouldn't be able to participate.
Huh?
Because we are Adepti.
Oh, okay. Aww.
You see, this is what Liyue is like today. The country of contracts is grateful to the Adepti for their protection. But it is no longer necessary for the city to rely on the Adepti's power to solve every little niggling matter. Although their blood is weak, there is still strength to be found in those we call mortals. The time of contracts between gods and Liyue has long since passed. Now is the time of contracts between Liyue and its people.
Seeing the port around us now, it is hard not to feel a bit out of place. Wouldn't you say so, Cloud Retainer?
Your line of inquiry is askew. One did not spearhead this expedition to Liyue Harbor.
Seems like the Adepti have had a change of heart.
Let us return now.
Eager to leave, Conqueror of Demons.
Yes, one understands what the Conqueror of Demons means. One fears that by the time one finally grasps the new contracts of Liyue, you humans would have once again— Fair enough.
Since we Adepti have consensus, but how will we ensure that the Liyue Qixing will not simply exploit their power once we depart?
All right, Mooncarver, you needn't worry. It seems to me that this right of supervision is best left to the people of Liyue.
Looks like the conflict between humans and Adepti was avoided. Oh, right! It's nice that Child wanted to unleash the... But we were able to handle the Oh, and speaking of that, don't we Hyman doesn't get it. But isn't the strongest lead we have the Adepti-less rite of parting that we're organizing? No idea where Yang Li's... Let's ask for him at Wangshen Funeral Parlor.
last trip.
What should I try this time?
Is there anything I can do for you two?
We've come to see Zhongli. Could you please tell him we're here?
Unfortunately, Zhongli isn't here at the moment. It seems he went to Northland Bank.
Doesn't the Northland Bank belong to the Fatui? Last time we saw Zhongli was before. Do you think he doesn't know about the attack on Liyue? We had better go and make sure that.
You call this cooperation between Harbingers? Cooperation involves communication, you know.
Don't take it to heart, child. Besides, aren't you happy? Oh, it seems that some of your friends have arrived.
Hey, it's Zhongli and Child. And
It's you two. I believe we've met once before. In the city of Bards, was it? I'm glad you still remember my name. Ah, right. I imagine that it must have been rather hard to forget watching helplessly as something
no, don't let her get to you. You've yet to gather the powers of all 7 elements, so it might be best to keep things peaceful this time.
Well, if it isn't you two.
Paimon knew that we should never have trusted a Fatui Harbinger.
Oh, now don't say that. Sure, I may have misled you, but I never had anything against you personally. Besides, I thought we were getting along quite well together, didn't you? Except for that little tusk. Nothing personal. We just have different views, that's all. The real deceivers here are Senora and Zhongli. Curse them for leading me on. So actually...
Stop wasting time, child. There'll be plenty of time to chat once I'm through here. You remember the agreement, Morax. Now, if you would be so...
What in the world are you talking about?
The contract is fulfilled.
How sanctimonious.
What? So you're the Lord of Chiao? No, wait. That's an exciting twist and all, but why give the Gnosis to the Fatui?
I do not give it for free. I give it as agreed upon in the contract, for it is a matter solely between the Tsaritsa and I.
Yeah, you don't think you went a little bit too far with that whole fake death thing? Everyone was preparing the ceremony for you, and splat! This big dragon falls out of the sky, and all of Lyric
Gathering all the forces that had been bubbling behind the scenes, and then stirring them together in a pot that was bound to boil over.
Wait, what?
Perhaps it's best that I explain. As you know, I've dwelt upon this world for more than 6,000 years. It is now 3,700 years ago that I founded Liyue together with the Adepti. Even boulders that can withstand whirlpools will erode with the passing of time. I kept convincing myself that cracks had not begun to form, and that the end of my time had not yet come. Until one drizzly day, as I was strolling along the harbor, I heard a merchant tell one of his workers, "You've finished your duties. Go ahead and call it a day." I stood motionless among the crowds, asking myself, have I already finished my duties?
Oh, Zhongli.
But as I began to consider relinquishing my divine role, was Liyue, the city I had dwelt in for so long, already prepared to enter its next age? So I feigned my own death, and gathered the cast of Child, the Adepti, and the Liyue. Indeed I was. The Gnosis, which I had kept for so many years, suddenly seemed to have lost its meaning. That's right, which is why I continued to safeguard the Gnosis until now.
So you mean that if the chaos ever reached the point of no return, you would simply appear and use your divine powers to bring Liyue back under control?
Of course, and it would have been all too easy for him too. Just as a child quickly matures after losing their parents, so has Liyue matured when faced with the death of its deity.
In the end, the resolution to all that has transpired was even more satisfactory than I could have hoped for. Take the Adepti, for instance. Owing to their years of seclusion, they were the least informed. Yet when faced with a crisis, they commendably showed the greatest amount of risk. Credit is also due to Signora, the emissary dispatched by the Cryo-Archon to fulfill our contract. At my request, she kept everything she knew in strict confidence. This meant I could remain as Zhongli, even having the chance to fulfill the age-old traditions of Liyue in this mortal form. All of these things turned out as I had planned. There is only one thing that I had not anticipated, and that was the conduct of the Liyue Qixing. I had expected them to do no more than the Adepti, to come to the defense of Liyue. They seized the opportunity to supplant Liyue's divine protectors, and used the subsequent power vacuum left by my death to quickly gain complete control of Liyue.
Huh? That doesn't sound good at all!
On the contrary, I think it is excellent. I had always feared that it was too soon for them to take over from me. And it was also that which I longed for the most. As such, this is the best parting gift anyone could have given this.
Hey, what about me? Doesn't anyone feel the least bit of remorse for deceiving me?
I think that thanks would be more appropriate. You certainly played no small part in all of this. If you hadn't created the pressure of a battle between mortals, Adepti, and a god, the lump of coal resting in the hands of the Geo-Archon, Liyue.
Huh? Just whose side are you on, mocking me like that? Are you itching for a fight? Hey, haven't you learned the Liyue saying?
Well then, with the Gnosis in my possession, I have no use for such idle chatter.
Fine. I'll meet you there.
Do as you wish.
Now then, is there anything else you wish to ask me?
Right! As Zhongli always told...
Realistically speaking, there is no...
Huh?
However, I am the god of contract. My agreement with the Cryo-Archon will be the last of my contracts. As for the bargaining chip that the Tsaritsa used to balance the scales, uncover that answer for yourself in your future journeys.
Today's the day of the rite of parting. Although the star of the show is fake, we spent so much time trying to work. Hello, it, it would be a real shame.
Well, so Oh, come on. There's only one real possibility in my mind.
The Fatui?
Shh. Lower your...
You know that god...
Yes.
Say.
Now that you I mean it all? Still, what's...
Ah, forget it.
Hear ye all! The Chi sings, though a dragon soars ageless as the gods and adepti live rumors and hearsay having been thwarted in his trial. Nor are they to believe street-born rumors or indulge in baseless speculation.
Paimon needs a translation on what the Chi sings and... So that's how they're spinning it. Something feels off. Why would they... Could the Chi sing already have... Did Zhang... Exactly, right? Look, it's Ningguang and Keqing.
As said previously, Rex Lapis's soul returning to the heavens is the end of the contract.
3,700 years of contracts burnt and reduced.
We, the people of Liyue, were indeed prosperous.
The long, unending dream of our Archon walking among us.
Now that we have awoken from our dream, will you stand with us as we re-establish our contracts?
So concludes the words of Her Eminence. Does Her Eminence the Yuheng have anything to...
Traveler.
Yikes! She really is looking...
Is that the traveler who they say...
So young. The Liyue Qixing always repay their... Name your price.
Whoa.
Well, could you help me put up some missing person posters? Just what will we...
And to think, but it seemed, well, that...
Perhaps, Moment.
As for the more...
Why would I not feel right if the two of you can...
Ha! That sounds like big talk, Zhongli. Paimon might have believed you.
You're right. I do lack the Mora.
But why would Morax lack Mora?
As the Rex Lapis Morax, I can easily create Mora. When I was journeying with you, though I still had the Gnosis in hand...
Oh, no wonder! Paimon gets it now. But since you weren't used to not being able to just make more...
Well, we were only spending Fatui money. In the City of Commerce, we do not merely exchange... The Archon Morax could never experience life as the... I will treasure the memories that I made as Zhongli. That is true. But there is...
Paimon thinks that we should make a move and continue our search for the Seven.
I fear that continuing your journey... Yes. The nation has been closed. The Electro-Archon Ball.
Paimon thinks we've heard that one before. Raiden?
That is the case. And since Raiden...
That said, though people at the wharf were saying that the situation in Inazuma is very... Zhongli, since you're Rex Lapis, shouldn't you know something?
It's because of visions.
Visions?
When faced with circumstances beyond their control. But if a person shows true strength of will at a desperate and fateful moment in their life, this is what visions are.
Uh-huh. That's how people in Teyvat see it.
But starting from last year, the Raiden...
Vision Hunt Decree?
Yes. It was an order to seize all visions with...
They want to seize visions?
I should think that in the Raiden...
Whoa. That's how...
The Animo Archon is the god of freedom. The fact that even I, the oldest of the seven, have now passed knowing her. She must have again quote 7 ideals for 7 gods. All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know? Well then,
I have gathered everyone here today to make an... Perhaps some of you will have heard the news already.
Rebuild the Jade Chamber?
So the rumors are true.
No wonder the price of building materials has gone up so much lately.
The Jade Chamber means a lot.
Lady Ningguang, is there any
patience? Since the news made it out a few days... Nevertheless, I do have a... The building site has been chosen, and most... They are as follows. Sunset Vermilionite, Wonder Cores, and Adepti Sigils.
Excuse my ignorance, Lady Ningguang.
Only sufficiently large pieces of plastrite, or Adepti Sigils, serve as a means of Although these 3 items are rare, I trust that with your connections and capability, I take the saying, time is money. More serious, you may ask me anything.
These things won't be easy to get hold of. But if
Then it's the deal of a lifetime.
Haha, what a coincidence! I won't divulge...
No. We better move...
Ningguang's rebuilding the Jade Chamber?
So you heard my announcement, did you? What do you think? Yes. Providing...
Really? Ooh, then we'll never be short of more...
Of course. The construction of the Jade Chamber... I have other business to attend to now. Otherwise, I would gladly escort you to the site in person. Remember, this is a race against the clock.
Ningguang seems super busy. Come on, we'd better... First, we gotta get out of Yujing Terrace. Huh?
Ma'am, you seem like an eminent and distinguished young lady to me. As it happens...
No.
Don't be like that. Why don't you stand there after her? Oh, right, yeah.
Did you hear that? They said they had some useful information!
This is your team? Cool. I like the vibe. I'm Bennett, leader of Benny's adventure team. Any chance we could team up? Please? Oh, ow! Where did that come from?
Prepare to be blown away! Let the magic begin! Let me scribe! Surprise!
Laid bare.
Hit!